welcome. For those of you who haven't been here, welcome. This is your home, and it's because of people like you. It's why we're in the business that I am in the bike business. The second time we're doing this is a little bit different. It's a touring 101, and I got two fantastic speakers today. One is Johnny Lamb, many of you guys know, and Monica Busby. Monica, stand up. One person has a lot of experience over lots of years, and Monica gained a lot of experience in a couple of weeks. And I'll let her explain that to you. So I'm going to turn it over. Go ahead, Johnny and Monica.
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny.
Hello.
Hi, Monica.
So I just go over my experience. I've been bike touring since 2009. I've been all over California, the coast. More recent tour in New England, rode through Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And the longest trip I've done was last summer, where we essentially went from Vancouver down to San Francisco. So some of the slides we have we're showing that trip.
I'm Monica, and I had the privilege of buying my first bike at Sam's Bike Shop not too long ago, probably a year and a half ago, and fell in love with it. And I said, Carlos, I think I want to cycle across the country. And a door opened for me last year, and I ended up cycling from New Jersey to Oregon in 9 weeks. And so with very minimal working out, but I averaged about I was still training for about 150 miles a week, but I'll explain a little bit later on how I overcame it. But it was probably the most amazing experience I've ever gone through, and I'm hooked. So I'm hoping my goal was to cycle around the world in pieces, not at once.
Yeah. So as you can tell, our touring styles are completely different in a way. So I think the presentation, what we're trying to do here is try to let you know all the different options that bike touring consists of. You know, the way Monica travels is really different from the way I travel. You'll see that from our presentation. Just to show you, there really is essentially like three main types of bicycle touring. They are supported, and end-to-end is what we call the credit card, and then of course self-supported is where you carry everything with you. And we'll jump right into
The group that I was with last year, it's called the Fuller Center Bicycle Adventure, and they've been around actually for about 10 years. And the owner of the company, his name is Millard Fuller, and he's actually the founder of Habitat for Humanity, which is a huge international nonprofit. So he particularly focused on this foundation to be very grassroots, and so he has chapters all over the nation. And one of their fundraising is a bicycle adventure, and they do that every year, and they pretty much change routes every year. The supported tour is basically everything's taken care of. The van, they carry all your items. All I'm pretty much carrying is myself and my bike. And every 20 miles, usually for this organization, make sure that there's some kind of van within every 20 miles to provide water and food. And then once we're done with that, we pretty much usually have a place to stay, whether it's a gym, church, or somebody's home. So they pretty much kind of plan all that for us beforehand. And we sleep in floors. It's very simple life.
the different type of supported tours. You have your fully supported, your advanced supported, charity ride. We'll go through the details of what those are, starting with the fully supported side of things. So in a fully supported tour, you are just planning on riding. That's all you do. They basically have tour leaders that give you routes. They're going to be in their vans. All food is provided, catered. Shelter is usually planned ahead, so you have all that. And your gear, they limit to you like a certain pound, usually about 50 pounds for your trip, and they carry that with you in their vans or in whatever their cars were. It is a lot more expensive, as you can imagine, because support you and it's catered all the way through. And there's a little less more freedom for you to go to different places. You can't wander off if you choose. So usually it's based off of the itinerary, and you want to make sure that you get to camp on and support side of things. So this was actually my trip over the California coast. This is typical where you pick up and leave off your luggage, and you just throw it all into a budget truck and haul it along the way to the next stop. So, and with van supported, you can either do that with a friend, or you can do it formally. So you can have someone who can drive with you and say, you ride your bike on one day and kind of take turns and kind of support you all the way. They haul all the gear, so you don't even need to like how long you had. And there's a possibility of cooking. You can either cook, you can go out to eat. Either way, it's all up to you. And like I mentioned, not everyone gets to ride, so you guys take turns riding first of the day. And of course, random accommodation, meaning camping, hotels, whatever you guys choose to do. So.
Encouragements on charity rides are amazing, and like you just carry your bike with you. They have everything else provided. For this particular organization, it was $150 registration for the whole thing, and then you raise the rest, which is like $1 a mile, basically. So if you want to ride 500 miles, $500, basically. They take care of everything else, and at the same time, you also get to learn how to really give back. One day a week, we go and actually help other people as well, not just like